Hello, everyone. How is it going? And welcome to our Meet the Cast event for Ground Zero to Career Superhero. My name is Keith Bohr. I am a documentary series producer at Super Purposes. I'm located in Seattle, Washington, and my pronouns are he, him, his. We are going to have a great event for you guys today. But before I get started, let's take a sneak peek at our trailer for this documentary series. And yeah, let's have a look.
All right.
So we're recording.
Camera's rolling. And here I am.
I am here to find a career.
I am looking for my perfect career.
First and foremost, just something.
I'm looking for a job. I'm trying to find a job, and it's hard these days.
I've struggled to find a permanent career since leaving the Marine Corps in 2011.
Why not be in a position where I love going to work, you know?
Being on parole during a pandemic, looking for a job, it's tough.
I know things are going to work out, but right now I'm just like, how are they going to work out?
I just never thought about working internationally.
This docuseries is just what I need.
I gotta say, like right off the bat, I'm really excited. I'm super excited.
I feel like this program will help me gain the confidence to go out and put myself out there.
Making me very decisive about what exactly it is I want to do.
Everybody should, be, getting some sort of assistance in whatever it is that they're doing.
You know, I'll take that with me for the rest of my life.
Woo! Oh my goodness, if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. I personally have goosebumps up and down the arms, but we've been working on this documentary series for a long time, and it's exciting to see things like the trailer and the first couple episodes coming together. So today, you guys are going to get to meet the cast members that you saw in that trailer. We actually only have 4 out of the 5. Something came up for Jeremy, and he's not going to be able to make it with us. But I'm really excited to bring 2 of the 4 with us today, up with me now. First up, let's bring out Ryan Mcguire. Ryan, come join me. How's it going? Oh, you're still muted there, Ryan. You gotta unmute yourself.
That is like the battle cry of 2020, isn't it?
Well, perfect. Do you want to just introduce yourself really briefly for everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Ryan Mcguire. My pronouns are he and him and his. And I'm in the Bay Area searching for a job in film and entertainment. So
awesome. Cool. And the other cast member that's going to be coming up and joining me right now is Marley Love. Marley, come on out.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey Marley, how's it going?
Going good.
Good. You want to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, sure. I'm Marley, pronouns she, her. I am in the Seattle, Washington area, and I am looking for a career in employee wellness and employee happiness.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming and joining me. For everyone who's watching right now, this is the Meet the Cast. You guys are going to learn more about this docuseries, more about the cast members like these 2 here, and we're just going to sort of talk through a couple of questions. A reminder that I am one of the producers of this docuseries, and just to give everyone a little bit of background, it's really going to be following these 2 and 3 others' individual journeys to find a career, something that they feel valued in, and we couldn't be happier with the 5 people that we have that joined us. They've been so motivated, energizing me, and yeah, just kind of to start things off for both of you guys. Most people, when they're doing their job search, they're not on camera all the time. They're only on camera for their video interviews. what made you guys, do this docuseries in the first place? And let's have Ryan, you go first, and then Marley answer after that.
Well, I found Super Purposes, I think, on LinkedIn. I think I had been looking around for work in camera, and as I was sort of digging around, kind of naturally doing some of the things that I've learned how to do through the program, I discovered this opportunity. Like, if you're searching for a job and you're willing to be in a docuseries, and I went for it. I applied to it, and I got a call back from one of you, one of the producers, and so the rest is sort of history. It's definitely an adjustment, I think, for me.
Yeah, for me, I would say I do like YouTube and stuff, so I'm natural on camera. But before COVID, I was working somewhere and I got laid off, and I enjoyed working there, but I couldn't work there anymore. And so I was kind of like in this middle cycle where I was like, what do I want to do next? Where do I want my career to go? And still being new to Seattle, I wasn't really sure the great companies to work for or who to even talk to. So I thought this would be a really great opportunity to do both.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys both for sharing. Not everyone knows this, but right now we're still in the middle of the program, right? And so not completely over with. But another question for both of you: is there anything that you were doing in your job search before that you are not doing now because of what you've learned so far? And we'll have Marley go first this time. And then Ryan.
Okay. I think before I was applying to every job that I saw that I kind of maybe liked or that I thought I might be able to get. So now I don't do that anymore. It's totally different. I'm more strategic on where I apply. And yeah, that's basically just more strategic on where I apply for a job.
I agree with Marley. I think I was really sort of blanketing, just sending out resumes. I had been kind of working on my story, my about section of my resume. I hadn't looked at LinkedIn or really valued LinkedIn as useful as a tool as I'm finding it nowadays as far as networking goes. But I do have to say that blanket sending out resumes and just kind of looking for anything that might work as a job did connect me with this program. So
Definitely. I think a lot of people will find both those things really relatable, and we're hoping that they'll get a chance to learn from your stories as well. So really awesome to hear you guys say that. And with that, we're actually going to pass it over to SJ. A quick reminder, if you have questions for us, for any of the cast members while this is going on, put them in the chat, and we'll be sure to sort of come back to them by the end and get them all answered. But SJ, take it away. Oh, you're muted too, SJ.
Talk about the battle cry. Thank you, Ryan, for setting the stage on that one. So Keith and Ryan and Marley, I love, Keith, thinking about you're kind of behind the camera normally. Ryan is usually behind the camera, and Marley is usually in front of the camera. So, it's an interesting kind of thing that we're doing here. Maybe making people stretch a little bit and come out of their shell. Everybody, I'm Super Julie Braun. Please call me SJ. All of my friends do. I'm the founder and CEO of Super Purposes. And it was just a short while ago that we decided that we needed to help people get a job and that we were going to do this docuseries. And it's been really quite an adventure. I also live in Seattle, Washington. And my pronouns are she, her, and hers. So I'm here with the other two cast members. So let's bring them up. We have Zach and Taylor. Hey, Zach. Hey, Taylor. Everybody get off mute. Hey. Don't do what I did. Hey. Good to see you both. So, Zach, why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Zach Matty. Pronouns he, him, his, Chicago, Illinois. And I'm looking for work in ornamental horticulture or anything in horticulture for that matter. Go green.
Yeah, awesome. And Taylor, what about you? Give us a introduction, maybe a fun fact, Taylor.
Okay, well, guys, my name again is Taylor Hunter, born and raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Pronouns she, her, hers. Looking for a position in the fashion or entertainment industry. And a fun fact about me, I always like to mention, I love roller coasters, but I'm not a big fan of heights. Like I mentioned, it's a contradicting truth about me.
I just don't know how that works out, Taylor, but one day we're going to talk about it and figure it out. I love roller coasters and heights. So, but I think we could have a lot of fun together. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, having everybody get to know you and meet you a little bit more. We're about halfway through filming our docuseries, as Keith had mentioned. So some of these questions, we want to tell people a little bit, but not everything. So let me start off first. Zach, we'll have you go for, or no. Oh, okay. All right, Zach, we'll do Zach.
Okay.
Zach, how long have you been without a job or working in a job that you haven't loved or maybe underemployed? Like, how long has this been for you?
Oh, geez. I'd say on and off my entire career. Just trying to find the shoe that fits. It's been on and off. Yeah, my entire career for sure.
Yeah, because you've done a lot of different things. Why don't you share with everybody some of the jobs that you've had in the past?
Oh man, everything from hospitality to sales to music, anything in landscaping, all over. Jack of all trades, master of nothing.
You've done a lot of things in your life, Zach. I think that is what makes you quite interesting. Taylor, what about you? What's been a little bit of the time frame that you've been out of work or maybe not doing exactly what it is that you want to do?
Yeah, so I recently been laid off of my job in the medical field since December. So I've been without a job now for a couple of months. And the same with Zach, just on and off throughout my career, just not finding the shoe that fits, so it's been a while.
Yeah. And so the journey is not over, everybody. Because I'm wondering, what have you learned about yourself during this docuseries? Taylor, why don't you go ahead and go since you're big on the screen right now?
Okay. So this series has caused me to do a little soul searching, just to see what I truly want out of a job. Because, I'm so used to, just getting jobs just, to pay the bills, of course. But I'm wanting to be a part of something that makes me happy. So, I've just been doing a lot of soul searching and just to find out what really makes me happy in a job.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what I've noticed about you is when the light shines in your eyes when you talk about maybe working for Disney. When you talk about fashion, when you talk about marketing, these are all areas that you get really excited about. And I think that's what we want to really teach everybody is our career should have a great purpose to it. So Zach, what about you? What have you learned about yourself?
Oh, wow. So I've learned a lot in this adventure. Most importantly, like my own core values and aligning those with the company. And that has been, quite an experience, just finding more about like where I'm at, what I value in life, and finding companies that have those same values and trying to align those. That's been quite an experience for me.
Fantastic. Well, I've seen both of you grow immensely in the last 6, well, I guess now we're at 7 weeks. And I know that you're getting closer and closer to your heart's desire. Let's bring back Keith, and we'll bring back the cast every time that, there's a question that is apropos. We'll bring you guys back. So, hey, Keith, welcome back.
It is great to be here.
I feel like I haven't seen you for, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
10 minutes too long.
Yeah. So let's maybe pull up the poll, because we took a poll today and we would love to find out from everybody, you know, who can you relate to? Now, Keith, I might need you and your big, what are they, brown eyes, to read for me. So which cast member, oh, I can see, which cast member can you relate to the most?
Wow. Well, it looks like we have ourselves a 6-way tie between Jeremy, who's not here, Ryan, Marley, Zach, Taylor, and I can't pick. I relate to all of them. I don't think I've ever seen a more dispersed and undecided group than you guys out there. So very impressive.
Pretty amazing. Well, you know, some people might change their vote as we continue on, because they might hear something and go, oh, that's the one that I relate to. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and see what questions we might have from everybody. I see Marley is typing in our chat on our side. She's like, oh man, I wanted to win. LOL. Yeah, I know, Marley. We all want to win.
We did have a trophy, but I guess that would be great for next time. Yeah.
Yeah, no trophy today. Okay, so Keith, do you want to take the first question?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's directed specifically at any cast member. So the question is, can you share with us how this experience has changed the way you think about finding a job?
Oh, who should we call up?
Good question. Let's call up Taylor.
Taylor. Okay. So let's find out from Taylor. Taylor, what has changed the way that you think about finding a job? What were you doing before? You know, and now maybe you're like, not so much.
So before, just like everyone else, just sending out my resume, not having a goal, not having a strategy. Through this experience, I can say that it's helping me to focus, because I know I can be a little indecisive, but it's really helping me to be decisive about my career search. So
yeah, that's really good. What about Ryan? Maybe we can pull up Ryan and find out. Ryan, what's your answer?
I was just typing. I think I'm very opinionated, but I think it's doing it in a community, like having help. I think if I learned one thing from this whole process, it's like, even if you don't have a career coach or a docuseries behind your job hunt, I think having allies, like having a friend, having a mentor, I think that's like key to just even being able to move forward with the job hunt, to not be discouraged, to get creative about how you do it. And so
I love that answer. The other day we were talking about helping others. And I think while maybe career is our area of expertise, there's a lot of areas that we are not very good at. And so, you know, if I needed help from a filmmaker, Ryan is my go-to guy now. Ryan will be the person that I'll be calling on the phone or seeing on Skype or whatever and inviting him to help. So I think that that's really well stated, because sometimes we're thinking, well, I don't want to ask anybody for help. But that's actually a gift. Ryan, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I heard it a couple different times lately that if you don't ask for help from people, you're actually kind of denying them the opportunity to help you. People want to help each other, like in general. Yeah. I think that's our default. So it's taken me many years to discover that, and to like start to reach out and to start to really enjoy networking. I think a huge part to do with this program, with this coaching that I've had, but it's wonderful. I'm meeting a lot of interesting people.
Oh, I just want to hug myself. It's so awesome. Because I can't hug y'all. I'm just going to kind of have a little love fest here. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. All right. Keith, should we take another question?
Yeah, let's bring out Zach and Marley for this one.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, I like that one towards the bottom. Who is your career role model, and has it changed since starting this process? If so, who did it used to be? Let's start with Marley.
Oh, I was nervous. I'm like, you're gonna go with me first. Let's see. My career role model. I would say honestly, like my husband is my career role model. I feel like he's just done a really great job with his career, and I hear him like on his meetings. I'm like, wow, he sounds so smart. He got it all together, you know. And so I hope to achieve that level of success as well in my career. And I don't think it's changed. I think I've admired him in his career like from the beginning. So yeah.
And what was the beginning? What amount of time with your husband?
Well, so I guess let's see, when did he start his career? It's been 2010.
Okay.
So yeah, for like
that's
10
11
plus years.
years.
11 years.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's great. So you have your own in-house career mentor.
Yeah, I guess so. I just want to like stay at the same level. So I'm trying to like climb like up as well, so we can each be, you know, up there successful together.
Definitely.
Very cool.
It's always great to have people and friends pushing you along the way. And Zach, what about you? What are your thoughts on the career mentor or someone that you've sort of looked up to your whole life?
Well, you know, that's a tough question. A career mentor. I don't know if I've per se have had a career mentor in my life. If on the spot to answer that question, a career mentor for me is pretty much just anybody that wakes up and takes the bus and takes a 9 to 5, you know, because they want to support their family. Anybody who goes through the grind in Chicago, Illinois, and you know the cold mornings when you don't want to go to work or scrape snow off your car or shovel out the driveway. I mean, those are the real leaders that I want to follow, the hardworking people of America. Those are my type of career mentors. But being a Chicago native, a role model / career mentor would have to be the great Michael Jordan. I mean, he's a winner. And I mean, he wanted his career, and he's argued to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time at what he does. And I think that's a good role model and a leader to have. And I want to be great at whatever I do and be the GOAT.
I love it. And something you said to me really early on that I thought was a very wise thought was really how much you understood the value of a minute and you understood the value of $1, and how that, you know, changed the way that you're approaching different situations. And yeah, I've always really appreciated about that. One question I want to make sure to ask Zach before we lost him too was, do you have any sort of sayings or words of wisdom or like little things like that you like to share? Because I know you've got a lot up your sleeve.
I mean, there's so many I could offer, but my favorite one that I'm quite partial to myself is live the life you love the life you live. And if you do that, well, that's the recipe for happiness. And that, my friend, is a career I get behind.
Beautiful. Every time. Do we have time for another question from the audience?
Yeah, let's do one more. What the heck?
You choose, Esther.
Okay, let me see. Let me bring out my magnifying glass. Let's do, that one sounds a little familiar. I don't know. They're all kind of sounding the same. Ooh, what's the last one? What? Oh, okay. We've already kind of asked this question, I think. Keith, is there anything else that's coming to mind for you that sounds super unique?
I don't have anything off the top of my head personally.
I mean, I guess we could go with what has been the hardest part of getting a job. Maybe that struggle. because I think everybody can relate to those challenges. So Zach, what is one of the hardest things, the hardest parts of getting a job that you've experienced?
Oh, I mean, there's so many hurdles that one has to overcome to get a job for the average person. In my own particular situation, I have a little bit more of a hurdle to overcome. And it's been unique, in 2020, looking for a job during a pandemic while on parole. That's tough. And I think, even just getting lost in the sauce of being on Indeed or, some of these online recruiting websites where you're treated as a number and not a human, and you don't really get, interview experience sometimes, and it's really just frustrating. Or then when I talk to friends that are like, "Oh, I'm on my 5th interview," hire them already. Like it's incredibly frustrating, and you have to be optimistic and resilient. It's tough.
That is great advice. The resilience factor is that you just never give up, because nobody is ever going to care about your career as much as you should about your own.
That's right.
So,
Michael Jordan played in the flu game. You got to do it. You got to be resilient. You got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that you're shooting very high there, because I love the top shelf examples, because I think that's really who we should be looking to as those role models. Marley, what about you? What's been like one of the frustrating, like you can't get a job, it's just like, oh my gosh, really? That thing again? What's coming to mind? We talked about it a lot, I think.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of it is experience sometimes. It's experience, and then me just getting in my head. Like if I'll read a job description and I see like one thing on it that I might not fit, I'll just throw it to the side and get anxious about it and just not apply. And then I apply to the jobs that I think, oh, I'll get that. That's easy. But I hate the position. Like it doesn't fit me at all. So I just feel like I'm sometimes my own worst enemy, but yeah, I'll stop there.
The thing that comes to mind for me when I think of all of you is filling out online applications. Yeah. All of you have filled out hundreds, if not thousands. And the thing that we teach is don't do it. It's just one of the most critical thing is really about building relationships and not being a piece of paper. So if there's anything that we can impart to our audience today, do not fill out more online applications. Build relationships with human beings, and that's how you should get the job that you want.
Definitely. And let's bring Ryan and Taylor back out on the screen with us, just so we can all be together here too.
Oh my gosh. It's so great to see everybody on one screen. I didn't think we had the capability of doing that, but I guess we do. So Taylor, do you want to jump in? What's been maybe your biggest challenge for getting the job? Like what's been holding you back?
Really it's just, hanging in there, not getting discouraged, because, you can ask my family, they see me, at times I was just very down and started questioning myself. Like, is something wrong with me? I'm getting all these no's and sometimes not even a response at all. But then, I just have to keep reminding myself and just let myself know that regardless of all the no's, there's that one yes that's going to wipe all of that away. So just keeping the hope.
Oh, I just love that. Okay. Well, Keith, what are we doing next? I guess.
Do we want to give Ryan the chance to answer the hardest part there too? Let's see what you
Well, I don't think I have much new to add to that. I echo you, SJ, that the online resumes, I've been filling out online resumes to job postings for like a couple of years. I mean, since before 2020, since before the pandemic, and just sort of getting nowhere with it. And it was something that I think I'd been told that years ago, is that it's all about your network. It's all about kind of who you know, and that's really how you should approach job hunting. And I think I've been resisting that for as long as I've been looking for a job. So I'm, it's good to learn that. It's good to relearn that, and it's good to be kind of I don't know. It's refreshing to find that that's not as difficult as maybe I was making it seem. I'm probably my own worst enemy too. So.
Well, I think what you're reminding me, Ryan, is that there is a very specific recipe to how to make this happen. But you and just really the entire cast has been remarkable in the results that we've seen so far. So I'm just really, really excited about that. All right. Well, what do you think? Time to wrap up. Keith, what's coming to mind for you?
Yeah, I think so. It has been a fun 30 minutes. You guys have gotten to meet some of these amazing cast members that we've been working with for the past 7 weeks or so. As you saw at the end of the trailer, episode 1 of this 12-week docuseries, 12-episode docuseries is going to premiere on the 23rd, on Friday. And SJ, do you have the times for us?
I do. 12 noon Pacific time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Chicago time or Central Time, and finally 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Beautiful. You must have like 5 watches or something, I swear.
I've been doing this working remotely around the world for a while now. So I think I've got all of our time zones in the US, but it's when you take me to Australia, I'm a little messed up, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you want to see the episode 1, there's a button right below the screen that says watch the docuseries. We just put a link in the chat with a link there. There's even a little QR code that popped up for a second. You could scan it. We're giving you as many different streets to episode 1 as possible. You get to pick your favorite one. So as long as we get to see you there on the 23rd, we will be very excited. But yeah.
And you can follow the cast journey and get to know a little bit more about us on social media at Super Purposes. We're on Twitter. Here we go. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. I kind of feel like we're everywhere these days. That's a lot of stuff, people. And we have had an amazing cast. I'm so excited. I wish Jeremy were here today, but he's got some other stuff happening, which is very exciting. And I want to thank the team. It's been remarkable. Super Purposes, we have an amazing team, 120 people that we get to work with from ages 15 to 73, every walk of life. I want to thank all of you so much, everybody. Thank you and have a super day.
Bye, everyone.